Hi guys, Glenn Anderson here. So I've got a new video today, but before I go any further I just want to say that if you're liking the videos I've been doing, please like and subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it. Okay, so today I want to talk about why sometimes it is actually a good idea to just stay away from the gym. I mean, it's something that I rarely do. I normally try to train like 3 or 4 times a week, normally every other day, but sometimes I might have 2 days in between. Now, it's very, very rare that I'll take a substantial amount of time from the gym. Even when I'm injured or whatever, sometimes I'll try and train around that. Or if I'm really fatigued, either mentally or physically, sometimes I'll just have a deload week. And I tend to find about 80% of the time, a deload week will normally be all that I need. That would normally solve most of my problems. If I've been overtraining a bit and I'm just feeling a bit fatigued, I can do a deload week, an easy week where I'm still training 2 or 3 times a week, but I'm backing off on the volume and the frequency, and I will normally find that is more than enough, and that will normally sort all my problems. However, recently I had something that I hadn't experienced before, real brain fog actually. It was kind of weird. So this is what happened, right? And this is why I decided to stay away from the gym for nearly a week. Although in effect, it was almost 2 weeks really that I actually didn't train. But here it goes. So at the moment, I'm doing a program. I'm on week 12 of the program at the moment. So on Monday, the 8th of November, I did my normal. I did my normal program, which was week 12, day 2, and that was just speed work. So it was just light speed deadlifts, just some light squats. It was supposed to be a light day, and then I was going to have a day or 2 off, and then if I'd have run this program, week 12, day 3 would have been heavy pressing. However, I went on a little trip to Scotland for 3 days. So on Tuesday the 9th, we drove up to Scotland, nearly 500 miles. We spent Wednesday the 10th there, and we did a bit of driving around. Now I live in Essex, so from where we went in Scotland, it was nearly 500 miles. It was quite a long drive. I mean, I did stop a couple of stops along the way and all that, obviously for fuel and to rest and have a bit of food and all that. But for the most part, it was drive, drive, drive. Now, I drive for a living, so you know I thought I could handle it. But obviously, when you're doing long distance driving, it's a different type of driving. So anyway, yeah, we went around on Wednesday the 10th, and then on Thursday the 11th of November we came back, so we returned. Now I've done long distance driving before, but nothing like this. But anyway, so we spent 3 days in Scotland, the 9th, the 10th and the 11th. And then we came back, we did a bit of driving as well Thursday morning, and then came back on the 11th. So all told, I think it must have been about 1,200 miles of driving in the space of just 3 days. It was a lot of driving, and you know, it wasn't. I don't know why I thought it was such a good idea. You know, it was like I said, I'd never done it before, and I think I'd bitten off a bit more than I could chew. Really, it was a little bit more than I should have done, but you know, I'd never done it before, so I didn't realise. Anyway, so did that, and yeah, it was a nice 3 days. It was a really nice holiday. But when I came back to the gym on Friday the 12th, I went to carry on as normal. So on the Monday, I'd done week 12, day 2. Had them 3 days off when I went to Scotland and back, and then I came into the gym on Friday the 12th of November to resume my workout, and I did week 12, day 3, and I went to do my normal pressing, and I just lost a lot of strength. I could not lift. It was log press and axle press. Well, I did axle first actually, and everything just felt heavier than normal. Even the warm-ups felt heavy, and I was trying to press, and my mind just wasn't getting the message. I just couldn't press at all. I felt really fatigued. I had a big headache. I just had massive brain fog. You know, I'm 40 years old, but I felt like a 90-year-old weakling. I just could not press anything at all, and I've never really felt anything like it. This was a different sort of fatigue than anything I've ever encountered before. Really weird. And I'm thinking, oh my God, what do I do? This is bad. you know. So I thought, okay, well, what I'll do, I'll take a, you know, obviously I've driven a lot, I've really fatigued myself. I mean, we did a lot of walking around and stuff, but nothing overly exerting. So I don't think it was physical. I think it was more mental fatigue. It was just all that driving I did in the space of just 3 days, and the fact as well, we went to a hotel. I wasn't eating my proper diet. I mean, I was sleeping properly. I was getting 7 to 8 hours sleep a night, so my sleep was there. That was okay, but I wasn't drinking as much water. I normally drink about 3 litres of water a day. When we went up there, I was hardly drinking any water, so I was probably dehydrated as well. And we was eating a lot of fast food and stuff. We went to a few chippies and we was having McDonald's at the services, so I wasn't eating my proper diet, so I don't think that helped. So I think it was just a combination of where I wasn't eating properly and basically just all the driving, just the mental fatigue just accumulated. So that by the time I came back on the Friday, I just couldn't lift. It, like I say, I had 120 kilos and I was just struggling to press it. Normally that's an okay weight for me. I'm normally okay with that, and I was really struggling. I just could not get that. I just seemed to have lost that mind muscle connection. I just couldn't. Like I say, my brain just would not connect and allow me to press that way. I felt mentally fatigued. I didn't even want to be at the gym, which is not like me at all. I've been training for years and I've never felt anything like this. I literally just wanted to turn around and go home, and I did. I didn't even finish my workout. I couldn't finish my workout. I literally just turned around and went home. I thought to myself, I can't do this. You know, I was actually bewildered at times. So I thought, right, what I'll do, it was Friday this happened. I thought, well, I'm working over the weekend, so I thought, well, I'll use Saturday and Sunday as a rest, and then I'll come back on Monday and try again. So I did that, repeated the exact same workout, came in on the Monday, and it was exactly the same result as Friday. I still felt fatigued, still couldn't lift. If anything, I even felt worse. I thought if I took the weekend off, that would be okay. But no, come Monday, 3 days later, I still couldn't do anything. I still felt fatigued, still couldn't lift. I just lost all motivation to train. Just couldn't do it. And like I say, I've had fatigue before, but nothing like this. This was very different, and it was actually quite scary actually. So I'm thinking, what do I do? And then normally, if I'm fatigued, as I said, I'll normally take a deload week, but I just didn't see the point in doing it this time. I thought, well, I'm just going to have a whole week off and do absolutely nothing for a week and just let my brain just rest, because my brain was obviously fried. Uh, so I took a whole 6 days off. I did not go back to the gym again until Sunday, the 21st of November. I just did absolutely nothing because, like I say, normally I would do a deload, but I just didn't see the point. I just thought, even if I go in there and do lightweight, I'm just, I'm not up here. I haven't got the head for it. So I just thought there's nothing to be gained by even going there, because there's been times in the past where I've injured myself before and I've been forced to take a week off or a month off or that, and it's only a matter of time before if I stop training, there's a certain amount of time where I will miss it and I will start itching to train again. So that was my main reason uh, for stopping for a whole 6 days. I thought if I stop, eventually let my brain heal, eventually it's going to get to that stage where I'll be itching to train again and I'll want to train again. So it got to Sunday, but I still didn't really feel like it. I started to feel like training a little bit, but not as. But I felt a little bit better mentally than I had done them 2 days, but I still wasn't quite 100% there. So I thought, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down, but I'm only going to train literally baby weights, and I'm going to continue this process for a while until my brain mentally catches up, and then I'll get to that stage where I'm itching to lift again. So I went down there and I did my pressing again. I did day 3 again, but instead of doing my normal weight, I was literally doing an empty bar, and I was literally shoulder pressing 25, 30 kilos, just light baby weights. Didn't want to go higher, just thought I'll do that, and what I'll do is I'll start, ultra light, and then I thought what I'll do in the coming weeks, I'll just gradually bump the weight up bit by bit until my brain catches up and I'm itching to train again. So I did the pressing session then, And then Thursday came in, and it was deadlift day. So I thought I'm going to do the same scenario, just light baby weights. I'm just going to deadlift 70, 80 kilos, just lightweight, so that it's way too easy, and eventually I'll be itching to do more. But I went in on the Thursday, so because that was lightweight, in some ways you almost can't count it. So you've literally got 10 days from here to here, if you like. Well, I almost didn't train. Literally, with the exception of coming on this day and doing virtually nothing. So I've literally had 10 days away from the gym. But when I came in on the Thursday, I was doing deadlifts and everything felt fine. I felt great, and I actually ended up doing a 280 kilo deadlift without straps, which is the most I've ever done. So I actually set a PR. And then today I went in and I did log press, and I did seated Swiss bar press. And with the log press, I did 105 kilos times 6 reps strict, which again was a rep PR. So I've had 10 days away from the gym. In essence, in effect, I've had 10 days away from the gym. 10 days. But after that, my brain recovered, I felt great, and I've come in on 2 consecutive workouts, I've hit PRs, because I just took that necessary break away from the gym, and it got to the stage where I was itching to go back and train again. I let my mind, my brain heal, and just got myself back mentally to where I was, and now I think it's safe to say that I'm now back to full strength again, and then some. Like I say, I've hit 2 PRs on 2 back-to-back workouts. So I'm really pleased with that. I'm feeling great again. I'm itching to train. I'm loving training again now. So basically the takeaway from this is that, yeah, most of the time if you're injured or you're fatigued, it's best to still train, but just back off with the weight and volume. Like I say, most of the time that will be the answer to all your problems. But every now and again, sometimes it is necessary to just stop training completely, just stay away from the gym and just do nothing. Sometimes I've found that helps the most sometimes, especially mentally, maybe not so much physically, but maybe mentally, sometimes you just need to step away from it and do nothing, because I find that it's only going to be a matter of time before I'm itching to train and I'm back in there and I'm back mentally to where I was again. And in this instance, it helped. I think that with this scenario, I think that was the best thing that I did. I mean, over the course of this time, I could have carried on training and just done lightweight and just done light deloads, but I don't think it would have really helped, to be honest, because mentally I just wasn't there. So instead, I took the time off and did nothing, and I think that was the better thing to do. So I'm actually glad that I do it. I mean, looking back, it proves it, because I've just hit 2 PRs on back-to-back training days. I'll probably be training again. Like I say, I'm pretty much back to normal now, so I'm going to resume and continue on. But yeah, sometimes you just need to stay away from the gym. Laters.